Some people speak English correctly, yet they still struggle to sound confident. Others speak with almost the same grammar, but somehow they sound smarter, more professional, and more memorable. Why? Because communication is not only about grammar, it is also about vocabulary. The words you choose shape how people perceive your ideas. The right word can make a simple thought sound intelligent. The right word can make an ordinary explanation sound impressive. And over time, better vocabulary creates better communication. Today's lesson is designed to help you build exactly that skill. Welcome back to Prime English Studio. If you've ever understood English but struggled to express yourself precisely, you're in the right place. In this lesson, we'll explore 10 advanced vocabulary words that educated speakers often use in professional conversations, presentations, interviews, discussions, and everyday communication. For each word, you'll learn pronunciation, simple meaning, real-life explanation, and practical examples you can actually use. The goal isn't memorization. The goal is confidence. Let's begin. Vocabulary 1. Acumen. Pronunciation. Acumen. Easy meaning. The ability to understand situations quickly and make smart decisions. Friendly explanation. Have you ever met someone who seems to make good decisions again and again? They notice opportunities. They avoid mistakes. They understand situations quickly. That ability is called acumen. It is especially valuable in business, leadership, finance, and problem solving. Memory idea. Acumen equals sharp judgment. Practical example 1. She has strong business acumen. Practical example 2. His financial acumen helped the company grow. Vocabulary 2. Pellucid. Pronunciation. Pellucid. Easy meaning. Extremely clear and easy to understand. Friendly explanation. Some explanations leave people confused. Others make everything feel obvious. When an explanation is so clear that people understand it immediately, it can be described as pellucid. This is a beautiful word for clarity. Memory idea. Pellucid equals crystal clear. Practical example 1. Her explanation was pellucid and easy to follow. Practical example 2. The professor gave a pellucid account of the topic. Vocabulary 3. Erudite. Pronunciation. Erudite. Easy meaning. Highly knowledgeable because of extensive learning and study. Friendly explanation. An erudite person knows more than facts. They possess deep understanding. When they speak, you can often hear the result of years of reading, learning, and thinking. This word sounds far more sophisticated than simply saying educated. Memory idea. Erudite equals deeply learned. Practical example 1. He is an erudite scholar. Practical example 2. Her erudite remarks impressed everyone in the room. Vocabulary 4. Equanimity. Pronunciation. Equanimity. Easy meaning. Calmness and emotional balance during difficult situations. Friendly explanation. Pressure reveals character. Some people panic. Some people stay calm. The ability to remain balanced and composed during stressful situations is called equanimity. This quality is highly respected in leaders. Memory idea. Equanimity equals calm under pressure. Practical example 1. She handled the crisis with equanimity. Practical example 2. Equanimity is valuable in high-pressure environments. Vocabulary 5. Prolific. Pronunciation. Prolific. Easy meaning. Producing a large amount of work, ideas, or results. Friendly explanation. Some people create occasionally, others create consistently. Books, ideas, projects, solutions. When someone produces a remarkable amount of work, they can be described as prolific. Memory idea. Prolific equals produces a lot. Practical example 1. He is a prolific writer. Practical example 2. The team had a prolific year. Quick challenge. Which word means extremely clear and easy to understand? A. Prolific. B. Pellucid. C. Equanimity. Take a moment. The correct answer is B. Pellucid. Excellent. That means you're already beginning to connect meaning with usage, and that's where real vocabulary growth begins. Imagine two candidates sitting in the same interview. Both have similar qualifications, both have similar experience, but one leaves a stronger impression. Why? Because when that person speaks, their ideas sound clearer, sharper, and more professional. Vocabulary does not create intelligence, but it helps you communicate intelligence. And in the real world, communication often influences opportunity. Let's continue building that skill. Vocabulary 11. Astute. Pronunciation: astute. Easy meaning: very clever and quick to understand situations. Friendly explanation: an astute person notices things that others miss. They recognize opportunities early. They identify risks quickly. They make smart decisions because they pay attention. Astute people are not necessarily the smartest people in the room. They are often the most observant. Instead of simply reacting, they understand what is happening before everyone else. Practical example 1. The astute entrepreneur identified a gap in the market. Practical example 2. Her astute observation prevented a costly mistake. Quick upgrade. Instead of "she is very smart," say "she is extremely astute." It sounds far more professional and sophisticated. Vocabulary 13. Candid. Pronunciation: can, did. Easy meaning: honest, direct, and truthful. Friendly explanation: people usually appreciate candid communication. Why? Because it removes confusion. A candid person does not hide important information. They speak honestly while still remaining respectful. This is one of the most valuable communication skills in professional life. People trust honesty. Practical example 1. She gave a candid assessment of the project. Practical example 2. Let's have a candid conversation about the problem. Quick upgrade. Instead of "be honest with me," say "please be candid with me." Vocabulary 14. Superficial. Pronunciation: superficial. Easy meaning: only dealing with the surface and not the deeper details. Friendly explanation: a superficial understanding may look impressive at first, but when deeper questions appear, the weaknesses become obvious. This word is useful when discussing knowledge, research, analysis, or decision making. Many people know a little. Few people understand deeply. Practical example 1. His knowledge of the topic was superficial. Practical example 2. The report offered only a superficial analysis. Quick upgrade. Instead of "he knows a little about it," say "his understanding is somewhat superficial." Vocabulary 15. Diligent. Pronunciation: diligent. Easy meaning: hardworking, careful, and consistent. Friendly explanation: success is rarely created by motivation alone. Motivation comes and goes. Diligence stays. A diligent person continues working even when the task becomes difficult, boring, or repetitive. That consistency creates results. This is one of the most respected qualities in education, business, and leadership. Practical example 1. She was diligent in completing every assignment. Practical example 2. Diligent preparation improved his performance. Quick upgrade. Instead of "he's a hard worker," say "he's extremely diligent." Mini challenge. Which word best fits this sentence? She consistently completed every task carefully and on time. A. Reticent. B. Diligent. C. Superficial. Pause for a moment. Think carefully. Correct answer: B. Diligent. Excellent. Notice something important. The goal is not to memorize these words once. The goal is to hear them repeatedly, understand them clearly, and eventually use them naturally. That is when vocabulary becomes a part of your communication. And we are just getting started. In the next section, we learned 5 more powerful words that can instantly make your English sound more mature, professional, and precise. Before we continue, remember this. Most people learn vocabulary. Very few people use vocabulary. And that is the difference. Knowing a word may help you pass a test. Using a word can help you sound more confident, more professional, and more persuasive. So, as you learn these words, don't just understand them, imagine where you could actually use them. Let's continue. Vocabulary 16. Ostentatious. Pronunciation. Os, ten, te, shiz. Easy meaning. Designed to attract attention and show off wealth, success, or importance. Friendly explanation. There is nothing wrong with success. There is nothing wrong with achievement. But sometimes people display their success mainly to impress others. That is where this word becomes useful. Something ostentatious feels more focused on showing off than genuine value. The key idea is not wealth. The key idea is unnecessary display. Practical example 1. His ostentatious lifestyle attracted criticism. Practical example 2. The event was luxurious but not ostentatious. Quick upgrade. Instead of saying he likes to show off, say he can be somewhat ostentatious. Vocabulary 17. Ambiguous. Pronunciation. Am, big, us. Easy meaning. Unclear or open to more than one interpretation. Friendly explanation. One of the biggest causes of misunderstanding is ambiguity. When instructions are ambiguous, people become confused. When communication is clear, people know exactly what to do. This word is extremely useful in workplaces, meetings, emails, and presentations. Practical example 1. The instructions were ambiguous. Practical example 2. Her response remained ambiguous. Quick upgrade. Instead of saying, that wasn't very clear, say, that statement was somewhat ambiguous. Vocabulary 18. Judicious. Pronunciation. Jo, desh, shes. Easy meaning. Showing good judgment and making wise decisions. Friendly explanation. A judicious person does not rush. They think before acting. They consider consequences before making decisions. In leadership, business, and life, good judgment is often more valuable than quick action. This word describes that quality beautifully. Practical example 1. The manager made a judicious decision. Practical example 2. Judicious planning reduced unnecessary risks. Quick upgrade. Instead of saying, that was a smart decision, say, that was a judicious decision. Vocabulary 19. Fractious. Pronunciation. Fractious. Easy meaning. Argumentative, difficult to manage, and likely to create conflict. Friendly explanation. Some environments feel calm and cooperative. Others feel tense and argumentative. When people constantly disagree, argue, or create conflict, the atmosphere becomes fractious. This word is commonly used in professional discussions, politics, leadership, and teamwork. Practical example 1. The meeting became increasingly fractious. Practical example 2. The fractious employee created tension within the team. Quick upgrade. Instead of the group kept arguing, say the group became fractious. Vocabulary 20. Exemplary. Pronunciation. Exemplary. Easy meaning. So good that it becomes an example for others to follow. Friendly explanation. This is one of the strongest compliments you can give. An exemplary person does not simply perform well. They set a standard. Others look at their work, their behavior, or their leadership and think, that's how it should be done. That is what exemplary means. Practical example 1. Her leadership was exemplary. Practical example 2. The organization maintained exemplary standards. Quick upgrade. Instead of saying, she did an excellent job, say, her performance was exemplary. Mini challenge. Which word best fits this sentence? The team's behavior was so impressive that other departments began following the example. A. Fractious. B. Ambiguous. C. Exemplary. Take a moment. Think carefully. Correct answer. C. Exemplary. Excellent. Thank you for learning with Prime English Studio. If you found value in today's lesson, keep practicing, keep applying, and keep expanding your vocabulary one word at a time. Because stronger vocabulary creates stronger communication, and stronger communication creates stronger opportunities. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep upgrading your English.